Hello, Minor Official, or Minor God Official. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate it. Yes, I am live now on Twitch and YouTube. Hello, everybody, and hello, VOD watchers. Today is Important Announcement Day because today is Giving Tuesday. And as a mom who does mom advice, then I advise you in your personal lives to remember those less fortunate and remember others and do some giving in your lives. Now, I am a firm believer in the invisible hand of capitalism, that each individual knows best how to optimize what's best for their circumstances. So for your own personal giving, I'm not going to say everyone give to this or everyone give to that, because you can look around your life and see what the problems are in the world around you. And you can think about where giving needs to be done. And no matter your level of wealth, it is a good thing to give to others. Don't just leave it to the rich people, because the rich people's priorities probably won't be your priorities. And one of the things that rich people do, and I say this as a rich person, is rich people look at where are the poor people giving money and say, oh, that thing needs to be amplified. And so they will do, whenever you hear of a matching grant, somebody says, okay, if you give this, there's double your impact by giving, we've got a donor who's going to match everything that's given on Giving Tuesday. Then really what that is a rich person who kind of likes an organization, but they don't know if that organization really has legs, if that organization is actually getting stuff done. And so they will say, okay, I'll do a matching grant and I will give whatever the rest of you guys can match. Hey, hello, Jedi! It's been a while! Welcome. And so that's where matching grants come from, usually. Yes. Oh, hey, yes, abstract structure. Yeah, giving to your college. Because if you know, it's the boots on the ground who know where the good work is being done and know where there's waste. If you are volunteering for an organization, you know if the CEO's got, a marble desk and whether or not they're kind of taking a lot for themselves and just running it like a job versus there's an organization that was in the Mercury News recently as a charity that's helping people out down in San Jose that I have volunteered with a number of times. And it's I know that this organization runs on a shoestring budget because I've been there, and I know how they take good advantage of actual volunteers and how, they're not paying anybody who doesn't absolutely have to be paid to make the place run and provide consistency and stuff. And they inspire volunteers to help out. And so I know when I want to give money that I'm giving money to an organization that's really helping out. So today, this is my way of saying, what organizations do you guys think are doing a good job? Yeah. Yeah, okay, you have no idea what sort of desk they have. Well, and if you work for a company, companies will frequently do matching, employee matching. So companies like to be charitable. They like to give in the community and let their names be known in the community when they give donations to community things. But they don't necessarily do the research to figure out what causes are important to our employees? Where do our employees give? And so companies will frequently do a company match. There's this company called Benevity, which helps do those company matches. And they'll say, hey, if an employee of our company gives to this charity, all the employee has to do is fill out a form, and then we will give the same amount of money that employee gave. And sometimes they'll have restrictions, like some companies will not give to religious organizations, some companies will give to religious organizations, but only if they use it for non-religious purposes, because an awful lot of churches do an awful lot of delivering the charity to people. And so because churches see it as their mission to help the poor, and so they have a pretty good network in place to give to the poor and help out. Yeah. Hello, Colacasp. Yes. So, talking about charity, and as Longarm says, shortly I will be asking for suggestions. So. My family does engage in an awful lot of giving every year. I consider it to be really important. Like, when I was poor, I gave, and when I'm rich, I give more. And I think that it should be a part of every person's financial planning. Like, first, number one for your financial planning, save. No matter what age you are, have a cushion set aside, and so do some saving. You kind of have three buckets. You have some saving, you have some spending, and you have some giving. And in your spending bucket, then you kind of have two major parts of your spending bucket. Hello, little guy. You have two major parts of your spending bucket. There's the things that you have to spend money on and the things that you want to spend money on. So you have to spend money on things like rent and electricity and cell phone service, but you want to spend money on video games and who knows what else. Everybody wants something. Video games, hobbies, vacations, all of that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, for giving your cousin something, like giving things that you have made yourself, people like that stuff because your time is your most valuable resource. And when you can give of your time, and that includes volunteering for charitable organizations, maybe you can't give money. But the thing about not being able to give money is that you probably also don't have lots of other things that cost money that you're doing in your life. So you might have the time to donate your time if you don't have money. And charitable organizations nearly always need volunteers. And any charitable organization that doesn't need volunteers, I mean, I could see it, but it might be a little bit sus. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, so you can tip people. That is really, really nice. Yeah. So when you've got, somebody who is playing their guitar on the street corner and they've got a little QR code, you can give them a tip. And appreciating people who like that, who try to make the world a better place by doing their art. And that's kind of one of the sad things about being an artist professionally, is that as a professional artist, it is it's really hard to get people to pay you as a professional artist. Yeah, I guess in some sense I'm a professional artist here, doing my Minecraft stuff. And there's something called a patron of the arts, which is, that's where the website Patreon got its name, is from the idea of being a patron of the arts. It's somebody wealthy enough to afford art in their life And it used to be that a wealthy person would, hire one artist and one artist would work for one wealthy person. But now we've kind of spread the wealth a bit, and one artist works for thousands of moderate income people who pay a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and use it for small shops. That's nice. To support people. Yeah, I used to do, back a long time ago, I used to do videography for events that I participated in and my kids participated in. And the videography, it's like paying the videographer. Nobody really wanted to, but everyone wanted to have the product, and there were a few people who bought the product, and I appreciated them very much. It was nice to have that. And then sometimes I would get emails from kids like years later saying, I'm going off to college and I'd like to have professional video of that thing that I did, as opposed to my mom's shaky cell phone camera. Do you still have that video? Can I buy it now, 10 years later? And I'm like, I rotated that off on a backup disk into cold storage half a decade ago. I'm not sure that I can find it. Sorry. Yeah. All right, but back to the main point. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put an exclamation point thing. So here, I'm just going to copy this into the chat, both the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat, and it should be in the description of the YouTube video. Hello, X3ZBeth. Welcome to the stream. Yes, warmer cold storage. Yeah. Well, we've talked a lot about that, long arms. Yeah, and at this point, it's been so long that all of those kids have gone off to college, because they were older than my kids, and my kids have gone off to college. Yes, so this is the form whereby you guys can request that I give to your favorite charities. And these could be, large national organizations. That's fine. I won't say no. But if you have, like, your school marching band supporter group, if they are a registered 501c3 and they've got a tax ID, then you can give to that. And for international people, I am terribly sorry, but this is charities that are registered in the United States as an official 501c3 in the United States. But if you have an international idea, a lot of times the larger international charities will have a U.S. fundraising arm, because there are so many places that need that. And so if there's a U.S. fundraising arm of the international charity that you would like me to give to, so for example, I don't know, Doctors Without Borders is the one that I can think of. That's a French charity, and it's MSF because that stands for Doctors Without Borders in French. I think it's like Medicine Sans Frontiers or something. But yes, if you wanted to do that one, they have a U.S. charity arm. So you can find their U.S. charity fundraising arm, and then basically the U.S. organization exists just to give money to the foreign organization. So yes, tax rules do matter. So Colacast, you may not personally have $1,000, but if there is a charity that helps you and you want to recommend that I give to that charity, you can do that. And I will be dividing up $1,000 amongst all of the charities that are recommended. And in the past, then only about 4 or 5 people have actually done the work to fill out the form. So, if only one person fills it out, then all $1,000 could go to the same place. But what I was thinking I would do is read on stream the places that we've given to in the past, because this has been a this has been a UK government, yeah. Oh yeah, Wikimedia. That is a thing that happens. Yeah, I had a discussion with my children over the holidays of where should the family give. So our family giving has already been planned, but out of the family giving, then I reserve $1,000 for you guys to determine where we should give. So here we go. Here's where we gave. Here's where Strawberry's Gamers Society gave in the last few years. So what I'm asking you guys to do is to fill out where should we give in 2015? 2025. Oh my goodness. Get with a decade. Here we go. So in 2023, we had from Plays07. Oh, wait, Jedi Plays, is that you? Did you change your name? From Plays07, we had Gamers Outreach. Personally donated. This mission has touched my heart. And yes, Gamers Outreach actually, because I give them my email address when I give, then Gamers Outreach actually recently just sent me an email saying, by the way, if you're giving for Giving Tuesday, these are the things that you could donate to. And it's an organization that does carts for kids who are in hospitals. It does gaming carts for kids in hospitals. And you'd think every hospital would have this, but not all of them do. And they don't always have enough to share amongst all the kids who are sick. So it helps people who are really down on their luck. When you are a kid and you get so sick you need to be in the hospital, then it's nice to have a distraction. So that's what that one is. Next, we have from Cosmo King, the North Shore Animal League. This charity reminds me of why I chose to study law. I myself am a hardcore animal rights activist. So we gave to the North Shore Animal League. From Perky Daisy, StackUp.org, Influencer Relations Team, combating veteran suicide through gaming. So what StackUp.org does is they have a Twitch channel, and they basically have a whole bunch of streamers who stream to that Twitch channel continuously. And they're pretty much trained to, when veterans come into the Twitch channel, and it's a channel aimed at for veterans to watch. And when veterans come into the channel, if they're feeling down and feeling suicidal, then basically the streamers say, hey, I got you, and here's an organization that you can turn to for mental health help. Because sometimes getting mental health help, there's a really long waiting list. And sometimes when you need mental health help, you can't wait that long. And so they help veterans get the help they need in short order. And then from Curryway, the American Heart Association. So this is a really big organization, and Curryway, he's a Minecraft streamer, and he was doing Minecraft tutoring with me a while ago, 2 years ago now, and he says, my mother passed from heart disease, and heart disease has been very prevalent in my family on my mother's side. I plan on doing a charity event with them myself in February. So those are the 5 organizations in 2000, or no, I guess, wait, was that 4? That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was the 4 organizations in 2023 that were recommended. And so that's where we gave in 2023. Yes. 20 years from Cyberpunk Red. I don't know what that is even. Yeah, how much does it cost to go to college? Well, it depends on how many scholarships you get. It costs anywhere and what kind of college you go to. If you go to junior college, it costs maybe $2,000 a year. And but if you go to what's known as in the U.S. as a 4-year school, those are anywhere from $20,000 to, I think the most expensive ones are $100,000 a year. And yeah, it costs a lot to go to college. And ages ago, it was pretty much always worth it to go to college. But then they kind of realized, oh, hey, people who go to college earn more money. And then they jacked up the price. They kind of said, oh, everybody should go to college. And then they jacked up the price of college so much that it's no longer necessarily worth it. Like, there's a lot of trade schools, like welding in particular, where you can actually earn a whole lot more money than going to college. And welding, it turns out, is free. Like going to welding college is free if you're a U.S. citizen. So anyway, that is college is not necessarily the end all be all. It's not for everyone. It's for a lot of people. Like, if you have the intelligence, it might be a good idea. But if you don't have the temperament for book learning, don't do it. And hello, Pepsi Train! Let me do some squats and a hydrate. Let's go! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hello, Amelazula. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Okay, and 10 push-ups. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. And if you can do IT, CCNA is cheaper than college. Is that Nurses Association? I don't actually know off the top of my head what CCNA is. Oh, yeah, exactly. Being a plane mechanic, that is a really needed job with a lot of specialized skills that's not necessarily easily, it takes a long time to develop those skills. And, but you don't need to write essays in order to be a plane mechanic, so you don't really need college for that. Oh, hello, Dolly Dude! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Yes, so let me get to reading the second book of places where we've given at Strawberry's Gamer Society. And for those of you just joining us, let's see. Long Arms, can I ask you to put that link in the chat again? Oops, did it ever make it to the chat in Twitch in the first place? There it is. Here, I'll just do it. I've got it in my paste buffer. There we go. And let's pin that message. There we go. All right. So if you guys have a recommendation, just take the time now to look up the name of the charity and write down the charity and their tax ID, because I want to make sure. I don't want to just search for it, because searching frequently finds the wrong thing, or lots of charities have the name, band boosters. And so I don't want to find the wrong thing. Yes, but if you have a charity you recommend, like in real life, I pretty much make it a habit anytime a kid knocks on my door and says, "Hi, I'm raising money for my school walkathon for, more books, or for the band, or for the Girl Scouts, or for whatever it is they say when they knock on my door." I pretty much give everybody who knocks on my door. I used to give $20 to everybody who knocks on my door, but now I give 50, because it's a lot of work to go door to door and knock on everybody's door and say, "Hey, please support the thing that I'm doing." And the weird thing is about rich people is when you live in a rich person neighborhood, they get so many people asking all the time that they learn to say no all the time. And so rich people are very good at saying no. And so when a kid does come to my door, then I always say yes. And for those of you who are out in my audience, this is your chance to virtually knock on my door and ask me to give to the things that are important to you. So every year, so if it's a Norwegian charity, Coolcast, then oh, wow, you must be good at math. Nice. So yes, if it's a Norwegian charity, then find the U.S. arm of that Norwegian charity. So it does need to be a U.S. charity, because the way that I'm doing it is through what's called a donor advised fund. So this is rich people stuff. I am telling you guys I hope that all of you one day save and invest, and that is the way that you get rich, is you work hard and you save your money. You don't spend it on everything flashy. Work hard, save your money, and I hope that all of you get rich someday so that you have money to give away. But the way that rich people give away their money is they invest in the stock market. And normally, when you invest in the stock market, and over time, the stocks that you invest in go up in value. If you sell the stock after it's gone up in value, you have to pay taxes. So like, let's say that, hypothetically speaking, I bought Google stock back in 2008, right after the market absolutely tanked. I bought Google stock at $300 a share. And yes, I bought some Google stock at $300 a share, and now it's trading at, I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's see here. Let me look it up. What is Google trading at today? It's split since then, so it's not really comparable. Okay, so let's say that it's trading at the equivalent of $3,000 a share, but I think it's been, it's like gone. It's done some splits and some odd stuff, so the actual number is kind of irrelevant. It's gone way up since 2008. That's the thing that you need to know. If I, as a rich person, wanted to sell my Google stock and give it away to charity, then if I actually sell that Google stock and give the money away to charity, first I have to give, depending on your tax bracket, 23.5% of the money, like that's the capital gains tax, then 23.5% of the money of that gain. So if I bought it at 300 and I sold it at 3,000, my gain is 2,700 on each share of stock. And so I would have to pay 23.5% tax on that $2,700 to the government, and then I would give the remaining amount. So let's see here. What is that? I'm just gonna estimate 20% of 3,000. So like $600. I would have to give $600 to the government. Is that right? No. Doing decimals in my head. Well, let me think here. 10% would be like close to 300. So yes. So 20% would be close to $600, on the order of $600. I would have to give $600 to the government, and then I could give the remaining. So if I sold it at 3,000 minus 600 would be $2,400 to the charity. I could do that, or I could give the money to what is known as a donor advised fund. This is how rich people stuff works, okay? You give money not to the charity directly, but, well, you can either give the appreciated stock to the charity directly, but if it's a small charity, they won't know what to do with it. So what you do is you give money to what is known as a donor advised fund, and there is a link in that form to the Schwab rules for a donor advised fund. And basically, it's a charity aggregator. It says, give us your stock And then I get a tax write-off for the entire charitable donation. So previously, I'd have to pay taxes on the $3,000 minus $300. So I'd have to pay taxes on the $2,700, and then I'd have of gain, and then I'd have $2,400 to give away, and then I would be able to ask for a tax rebate, or not a tax rebate, a tax non-taxable, I'd be able to itemize my deductions is what it's called. I would be able to offset that money with other money that I have made if I gave $2,400 to charity. But if I give the full stock before I sell it to the charity or to the donor advised fund, then the donor advised fund gets the full $3,000 of when they sell the stock. And the donor advised fund gets the $3,000, and then I get the tax write-off for the full value of the $3,000, and the full $3,000 can go to charity, and I pay less in taxes. And on the other money that I have made elsewhere that I didn't give to charity. Oh, see you later, Colgasp. Yes, tax deduction rules. Rich people tax deduction rules. I'm a mom. I give out mom advice, and not everybody has a rich mom to ask for rich mom advice. There is this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and while the book itself in some sense isn't very good, what was good about it for me growing up kind of middle class, where my parents did okay, but they were always scraping for money, and my mom grew up poor. And I didn't think about money the way rich people do. And when I read that book, it's like, oh, stock really is money. It's not like I've wasted my money when I buy a stock. A stock is just a different form of money. So, that was a new thought to me. And yeah, if you like money but you grew up poor, I recommend. It's a good book thinking about how to think about money. Although the guy himself who wrote the book, like, the book is a work of fiction. It is not true. And the guy who wrote the book, what he wants you to do, if you read his incomplete series of books, what he wants you to do is invest in his real estate trusts. And, you know, it was all a whole pyramid scheme. So I don't actually recommend the product that he's shilling, but I do recommend his way of thinking about money, of stock is money. It's not just money that you've wasted when you buy a stock. Cisco networking certification. Okay, got it. Yes, hello, Fizzy. Let's see here. Fia Zactar, welcome to the stream. Yes, or maybe I should just call you 9996, or maybe I should call you 67. Who knows? Welcome to the stream. Yes, so we are about to read the final things, what was given in 2024. I think I have finished explaining how I give money to the donor advised fund. Oh, and then I didn't explain the second half though. So the way this works is I give appreciated stock to the donor advised fund, and then the donor advised fund sells the stock, and I say, oh, donor advised fund, I would like to give, $1,000 over here to Gamers Outreach. And they say, sure, we'll give $1,000 to Gamers Outreach on your behalf. And so I don't get the tax write-off for giving to the Gamers Outreach. I get the tax write-off for giving to the Donors Advised Fund. And that's how all that works. But the Donor Advised Fund has rules about where they can give. And one of those rules is it needs to be a United States 501c3 registered charity. Now, if you have a charity in another country, frequently, because it's kind of within the American culture to give money to charity. Like, apparently in Europe, people don't give money to charity. And in the US, it's kind of like, people, the tithe, 10% of your income is sort of the the traditional gold standard of giving, but I think the average used to be about 5%, and apparently with the younger generations, the giving to charity percentage is going down. So now it's like, on average, Americans give 3% of their income to charity or something. But apparently in Europe, it's a lot lower than that. So people in Europe don't have a giving to charity tradition the way we do in the US. And so a lot of charities that are charitable organizations in Europe or Africa or Asia, then instead of giving, like, the organizations, instead of raising money in the countries where they are, because the people don't have a tradition of giving, they raise money in the United States, and then they take their United States raised charitable funds and they use that money to do charitable works over in other countries. So an awful lot of charities have U.S. fundraising arms. And so if you recommend the U.S. fundraising arm of your favorite charity, then that's acceptable. Yeah, hello.
That's what my church does.
Oh, that's what your church does?
For specifically December, all of the, well, I mean, obviously any time of year you can choose where your money goes, obviously, like your donation. But during December, unless you specify otherwise, all of the gifts given to the church are given to, I'm not going to name the ministry, but they basically go to countries in Africa, and they basically give children who, like, they teach them how to, like, live on their own and not, like, require funding, and, like, they help them start a business and such.
Yeah, and that work is so important, like, because if people don't teach you, you don't know these things, and if your parents don't know these things, who's gonna teach you? And so yeah, it's really, really important. Yes. Long Arms points out that the other important idea of giving to a donor-advised fund is that I can then give anonymously. So when I give to the donor-advised fund and then I have the donor-advised fund give to Gamers Outreach, then I can tell Gamers Outreach the money came from Strawberry's Gamer Society. And so I get these receipts every year from Gamers Outreach saying, thank you, so Strawberry's Gamer Society, for giving to this organization. And please give more this year. So, yeah, so if somebody wants to suggest it, that's a valid one. Let me put up the others. And so if you need the tax ID and want to look it up online, you can, or you can, I'm putting up the full thing here in the stream, so you can go back and look up the VOD and look them up there if you guys want to give to the same organization again. And what were you gonna say, Power?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, got it.
Might have been thinking out loud.
Ah, okay, got it.
I remember. I just thought about it.
Oh, what?
I have 20 shulker boxes of shells.
Oh my goodness, even after giving me 2 yesterday?
And Ninjatron 1.
Wow, yeah, I saw you were, I assume you were AFKing last night. I logged on last night to make sure that the books were here from last year and the year before. And I saw that you were online, but you didn't say hi, so I assumed you must have been AFKing the farm.
Yup, that's what I do best.
Yay! All right, well, let's take a look at where Giving Tuesday was given to last year. We have one from Abstract Structure, the Sarcoma Foundation of America. So this is the place that Technoblade advocated for, and I have actually gone to their New York fundraising gala, and yes, connection to the charity, Technoblade. And also, hey there, I'm B. We have a lot of people with sarcoma in the community. And this one, like, sarcoma is what used to be known as an orphan disease because it didn't have any organization advocating for it because not very many people get sarcoma. So it used to be that it pretty much, if you got it, you wouldn't make it because there wasn't very much research being done. And the Sarcoma Foundation of America is a charity that said, we want to change that. And they started fundraising. And one of the problems with being a cancer researcher is that nobody wants to fund a cancer researcher who hasn't done good work. Hello, Martin Boonstra! Is Java reached? Yes, this is Java. Yet nobody wants to give to a cancer researcher who's just fresh out of college, who doesn't have any good research under their belt. The government doesn't like to give grants to newbies. And the problem is, if the government doesn't give grants to people who are starting sarcoma research, then the person researches something that's a little more common, like leukemia, and then after they've done a couple of leukemia studies, then when they are good enough that they can get government grants, they're already an expert in leukemia and they haven't researched sarcoma, and so they wouldn't switch to another disease. And so what the Sarcoma Foundation of America does is they find promising young doctors who are just at the start of their research career, and they give those doctors grants to start learning how to research sarcoma. Yes. Well, hopefully, the Bedrock license gives you a license to do Java. So if you've got a computer, then you can get Java eventually. Martin Boonstra. So, yes. So, anyway, the Sarcoma Foundation of America, then they do a lot of good work, and they don't just help people in America, because sarcoma is a rare enough disease that if you have a subtype of sarcoma that they're trying to do a study on, but you happen to live in another country, then they help to pay for that person to fly to the United States and receive treatment in the US so that the research can get done. And so anyway, it's a good organization. And Abstract Structure recommended it. So last year, that's one of the places where we gave away money. And oh yes, Martin Boonstra, if you see the pinned message, that is the form where you can recommend a charity for me to give to for this year for Giving Tuesday. I am giving away $1,000 amongst all the charities that you guys recommend. And if more than 20 are recommended, then the minimum grant is $50. So if there's more than 20, then I'll have to choose the top 20. But in the past years, it's only been 4 or 5. All right, let's see here. So from Anonymous, we have the UN World Food Program. Connection. I'm Egyptian. To my east and south are major humanitarian crises, arguably among the worst ongoing ones throughout the... Oh my goodness, I'm not going to read all that. But yes, World Food Organization is another good charity. Another Oh, hey, Power, you're on the line with me. Or are you still on the line with me? This recommendation came from you last year. Sarcoma Foundation of America. I watched Technoblade. Losing him was like losing a father figure. I don't want anyone, especially close families, to have to go through something like that again. So, yeah, another one for the Sarcoma Foundation of America. And from Wilder Up, we had the ACLU. This is the American Civil Liberties Union. And Connection, I believe that the ACLU is a great organization for protecting freedoms. And so that is one of the 4. Well, I guess in some sense it was 3. So last year we gave $500 to the Sarcoma Foundation. And I probably, most organizations I wouldn't duplicate if more than one person recommended it. But for this community in particular, then Sarcoma Foundation is pretty meaningful. And so I gave $500 to Sarcoma Foundation and $250 to each of the other 2. Oh, another another person from the Netherlands. All right, welcome, welcome. We have a lot of people from the Netherlands here. Let's hear. Take book. Put the book back on the shelf, and we will be adding another book this year. So you guys have 1 week to research a charity and the tax ID and get me the information, and then I will add it to our list for this year and make the donations. Yeah. All right. Got it. And that is the stream for today. Although I'm gonna go make some in-game money. I may be rich in real life, but in-game, here, look at my emeralds. I have been using my emeralds like no tomorrow, and I've been running out. Oh wait, hold on. Never mind. I'm not running out of emeralds. Look at that. I would say I have plenty, except this is, this is getting, I've had worse. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Or I've had more, I've had better, something like that. And why do I have all these prismarine shards in my emerald box? Let's fix that. Okay, here, let's clean house. Let's clean house. Put the prismarine shards and the puffer fish. Okay, we'll keep the blocks of iron in there.
I made a bench filter box.
Okay, well, we want these prismarine shards to go here. There we go. Okay, so now they'll be where I can find them if I need them. And let's empty this box of emeralds and such. And let's put in that there. And put this here. There we go. Emeralds and such. But now I will put... Okay, I'm gonna put all these shulker shells that you gave me in...
I didn't give you any shulker shells.
What? Yeah, you gave me 2 boxes full of shulker shells.
No, I don't think I did. Must have been the wind.
Oh, must have been the wind. Somebody sneezed and dropped some shulker shells, so...
yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, I've got these quartz pillars here, so I'm gonna save all. Oh, wait, that's the wrong box. That's the wrong box. This is the box I was looking for. I need to go shopping, because every time I'm on Minecraft, I need to go shopping and go buy some more quartz. There we go. Fit all that in there. Let's go buy some more quartz. And this puffer fish is gonna go... Let me think here. Puffer fish is going... Sure, I'll put it with the food. It'll be useful for the next update. Previously, I haven't used puffer fish very much, but that'll be useful for the next update. The ocean updates. And now, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, you can use pufferfish to make an underwater potion. That's like, it's like a Nautilus potion that allows you to breathe only while you're riding a Nautilus.
Huh.
It's pretty cool. It's coming soon. Not yet, but it's worth it to save your pufferfish.
I've probably thrown all of my pufferfish in lava.
Uh-oh.
What I've ever had.
Well, it's time to go to the store, support your local small businesses, well-paid workers. Although I see here, Hope, I don't even have enough money to feed my fish. Here you go. So one of the workers apparently complained they didn't have enough money to feed their fish, and someone else dropped off some fish food. Isn't that sweet? Minecraft charity. All right, but what we're doing... Oh, oops. I need to break these blocks of emeralds into individual emeralds.
Like the place?
And then, yes, we are going to buy... Ooh, that looks like redstone. I'm trying to decide what I want the floor to be made out of, and so anything that looks like a redstone circuit, I am getting some of that as well, so that we can have a nice fancy floor for the Redstone Academy. Yeah, I think the black glazed terracotta sort of looks like redstone lines as well.
I got inspired by aesthetic bench, and I made a build your own bench poker bot.
Ooh.
So I can place a bench anywhere.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna go to your residence and drop off a bench.
Sure. Let's see here, and I'm going to the stonemasons. Because the stonemasons, if you max out all their trades, they will give you quartz pillars. And blocks of quartz. Pretty much they all sell quartz pillars and blocks of quartz. And if you use, like normally if you were to just use normal crafting, so if I did normal crafting with a block of quartz, oops, let's do that properly. Okay, here, let's do this. If I would normally use 6 pieces of quartz here, then it would make 4 stairs. But if I do the stone cutter, then 1 piece of quartz will make 1 thing of stairs. So you don't like lose that quarter of the stair. You can have a full block of quartz make a full stair. So that's
in your basement.
Yeah, that's a better way if you're going to be making quartz stairs. Use this. All right, what about my basement?
Put it in your basement. Put the bench.
Oh, sure. We might as well have a bench in the basement. Uh-oh, this guy's...
Never hurts to have one.
Yeah, it's always good to have a place to sit and rest. And I will go check that out just as soon as I finish buying what these guys have to sell. And then I need to get going. My alarm is going to go off in 1 minute because I am going to go up and visit my mom today. And she is going to teach me sewing. I usually don't. This time of day, going from where I live to where my mom lives, the traffic is so bad. Like normally it would take 50 minutes, like on a Saturday afternoon to drive to my parents' house. But at this time of day, commute time driving from my house to my parents' house takes like 2 hours. So I normally don't do it, but my mom had a stroke recently. And so it's like, okay, if I want to spend time with my parents, I need to just brave the traffic and do it.
Well, I hate how you're forced terracotta because I keep accidentally breaking it.
Oh no! Uh-oh. Oops. Yep, that's my alarm. Snooze. Okay, I will come check it out. Let me first just buy more quartz. Shopping! Big deals!
There we go, finally. Is it Black Friday already?
It was Black Friday last week. You missed it. It's Black Friday in-game. Ooh, white terracotta. That looks cool. I will take some of that. That'll help me texture my buildings. I love how the white terracotta is just a little bit pink. Oops, am I out of emeralds? Switch that to more emeralds. Okay.
No, I broke it.
Uh-oh.
Don't
you
come
gotta
yet.
fix my floor. Okay, put this away. Pick this up. Pick Pick up the emeralds. All right.
Oh, I figured out why. Because of the direction when I built it.
Okay, this sounds like a very fancy bench.
Yeah, it's all right. Not the fancy stuff.
So aesthetic bench always has a bench available. I like that. That is a cool personality trait.
And I'm taking that quality and I'm building one.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this looks a little bit like redstone circuits.
No, I do not.
Brown terracotta, or glazed brown terracotta.
Boom.
I'll have to get brown as I go around if anybody's selling it.
Uh-oh, half your floor's gone now.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
It's deadly.
Don't. Hey, maybe just break things by hand as opposed to with tools.
Well, your bench is made.
All right, let me go check it out. Whee! Here I come.
Downstairs.
Whee! Off to my house. Oops.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Uh-oh. Let me see what has happened to my basement. Whoa! Look at that bench. This is more like a couch. Oops, no, I don't want to edit the sign.
It's close.
To sit.
Close
there we
enough.
go. All right. Yay! You know what we need? With a bench like this, we need a big screen TV. Yeah.
Maybe that's my
Right
next
over
project.
there.
Build a TV.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to watch. Yeah, I want to watch the Karate Kid. Okay. All
Okay, hold on. Let
right.
me do some moves. If I just like wait, sit down. I'll be your movie kid.
Okay.
Hold on. Very, very serious. That.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
No. So you said you wanted to watch Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Okay, it's messed up here. Karate Kid is about to be on in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Fight. Oh. Yo. Ah. Man who catch fly with chopstick. Accomplish anything. All right. Okay, I unfortunately have to go. So I will see everybody tomorrow. We'll be back. And everybody, don't forget, fill out the form. Look for the tax ID and give me the name of the charity and why I should give to that charity. Pretty much as long as it's a valid tax ID, then I'll do it. As long as it can be found by Schwab Charitable. And it also, the other thing is it has to be a operating charity, which means that the organization itself does charity. Schwab won't give to pass-through charities. Like there are other charities that are like the donor advised fund, where the money just passes through and they don't actually do the charitable work themselves. And Schwab won't give to those. So it has to be an actual operating charity. Okay. But all those ones that I talked about that raise money for organizations in other countries, then they do the work. So those are good. We've given to those before. All right. So it is good to see everybody. But it is time to go.
Gotta get those points up for the raid. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Join the raid. Get channel points. So anybody who wants to join the raid over on Twitch.
Make good choices.
Let's see here. Why can't I type? TCH. There we
Do you
go.
need someone?
Yes, if you have a raid suggestion, please do put it in the chat, as long as that person is, you know, streaming and it's spelled correctly. There we go. Okay, Scribe Gaming. Let's give that a try. Here we go. Okay, and Longarms recommends Supersaurus Rex, but let's do... I don't think I've done Scribe Gaming before. So, there we go. Raid. Oh, and let me say goodbye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. There we go. Stops.